Ladies and gentlemen, EC3.
I've been fighting all my life for the man I am inside. I believe the plan for me is plain to see. A man of steel, fast machine, with pockets full of cash and greed. Greatness is my only destiny.
Hey everyone, Mr. The Fanboy here. This is my review slash rant on the 2016 edition of WWE Survivor Series. Now, going into this show, I really didn't expect much. Going into this show, the only thing I was really looking forward to was, of course, Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar. Nothing else on the card nothing else on the card interests me. Um um when I tune and the show as for the show itself, if I had to be fair, which I am not, I am the biggest biased WWE hater you'll find, but if I had to be fair, the show would actually be okay. I don't do okay, especially not with WWE. I don't do it with movies, TV shows, or what's the name? You're either you good or you suck. I only do okay if you work for it, if you deserve it, and WWE deserves no leeway. They deserve every bad thing that happens to them. They deserve, in my opinion. They've done something to deserve it. So this show sucked. This show sucked. Like I said, if I was fair, it'd be okay. But this show sucked. I didn't care for pretty much anything on the show. First, we started off with the Divas match. Um, we started off with the Divas match, which of course I didn't watch. I didn't watch. Team Raw, the women's 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match between Charlotte, Bayley, Nia Jax, Alicia Fox, and Sasha Banks versus SmackDown Live. Natalia, Becky Lynch, Alexis Bliss, Carmella, and Naomi skipped this match. Only wrestler in this match I actually care for is Natalia. And like I said, the WWE Divas division is automatically buried to me. You cannot be for several years, in my opinion, WWE. Not only have they been racist, but they've been like sexist towards women, sexist towards women. You cannot be about divas and be sexist for years, and all of a sudden now try to start a brand new women's wrestling revolution and expect people to care. And I don't care, and I never will care, especially after burying Natalia with that farting gimmick back in 2012. I'm sick of WWE pushing models and divas over real legit wrestlers, real legit female wrestlers. So I don't care. I don't care. You can't just start pushing female wrestlers now and expect me to care. The next match was The Miz defeating Sami Zayn. Don't remember this match, but it was the best match of the night. This was the best match of the night. You have Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. To tell you the truth, the first 10 on 10 Survivor Series tag team match between Raw and SmackDown, featuring for Team Raw the New Day, Biggie and Kofi, um, Biggie and Kofi, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, Sheamus and Cesaro, Enzo Amore and Big Cass, and of course the Shining Stars Primo and Epico with Xavier Woods versus Team SmackDown, Heath Slater, Rhino, the Hype Bros, Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, Alpha, American Males, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, the Usos, and Breezango, Tyler Breeze and Fandango. I only watched this match because of the Shining Stars, who I like, were involved in the match, and of course Heath Slater and Rhino were the leaders of Team SmackDown. These are the reasons I watched this match, and This match, much to my surprise, wasn't that bad. I didn't like it. I didn't like it, but surprisingly wasn't that bad. The promo before the match was surprisingly good, but this was like this. I didn't like this because while the match was good, this was like a giant jobber Survivor Series match. And compared to all the badass Survivor Series matches we had in the past, this is like some 10 on 10 traditional jobber Survivor Series tag team match. That's what this looked like. All of these terrible gimmicks like the New Day, Enzo Amore and Kaz, the Hype Bros, the American Alpha, and the Usos. All of these lame gimmicks, these lame undercarders and jobbers just ruined the match, despite the fact that the work rate in this match wasn't bad. Oh, and also Cesaro doing that garbage spin, doing that gay looking spin, which just makes wrestling look even more lame. Um, the Brian Kendrick defeated Kalisto in a pretty good cruiserweight match. Too bad I didn't care. Which I'm gonna rant right now. Instead of Brian Kendrick defending his title against Perkins, who he's feuding with, no, they have Noam Dar, Rich Swann, T.J. Perkins, Aria Davari, Drew Gallagher, and Tony Nese in a pointless six-man tag team match in the dark match. You also had Kane defeating Luke Harper in a dark match. So like I said, I really didn't care. Oh yeah, and after the match, I think oh yes, Baron Corbin came out of nowhere and attacked Brian Kendrick. Attacked Brian Kendrick and Kalisto. Don't care. Don't care. Then you got Team SmackDown Live. Now, guess what? I'm going to tell you the problem about this match. This match, much to my surprise, was actually good. This match actually reminds me of the days, takes me back to the TNA days and the New Japan days. And finally, that's what I don't like about it. Who would want to watch a 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match that is almost an hour long? This match was 52 minutes and 55 seconds. I fast forwarded through several parts. Who wants to see indie guys flipping and flopping, near falls? Who wants to see that for 52 minutes in a Survivor Series match? Then I hate the fact since this match was long, that took away from the main event, Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, which I'm about to get to. Like I said, the work rate was good, but this match was way too long. This match was way too long, and like I said, I didn't care. I didn't care much for it. I didn't care for it. So since I didn't care for it, that's not something I want to see. That's not something I want to see go on forever. Because I didn't care for either team going into the match. Surprise! So yeah, why it's the worst? It's both. It's the best and worst match of the night. Went on way too long, so long it took away from the main event, which was Goldberg defeating Brock Lesnar in a squash match. I do not care. I do not care what the circumstances were behind this match right here, Goldberg defeating Brock Lesnar in a squash match. I don't know what the circumstances were, and I don't care. This was trash, and fuck WWE for putting this on my team, for putting this on my television. I'm so happy I didn't pay for this. I feel sorry for all the people in the arena who paid, anyone who paid on pay-per-view, or anyone who pays $9.99 for this, $9.99 a month for this garbage. This right here was trash. And I don't care what the WWE fans, the WWE defenders say. This match right here was trash. The Goldberg and Brock Lesnar match they had years ago, which was terrible, was better than this. At least they wrestled. I want to see holds. I want to see first them start off locking up like two bulls. Greco-Roman style. Headlocks, hammer locks, bear hugs, belly to bellies, German suplexes, double leg takedowns, spine busters, stiff, strong style, MMA style, boxing, kickboxing style punches and kicks. I want to see a fight, a brawl, a fight, man, a fight. Instead, I get Brock Lesnar. Match starts off. Brock Lesnar takes Goldberg in the corner, does his signature shoulder block move. Then then Goldberg pushes him, then spears him, then spears Brock Lesnar, then Brock Lesnar gets to his feet and Goldberg hits him with a bigger spear, then jackhammer, it's over. You serious? And then I don't care, but you just buried the Undertaker's streak, which I think sucks and really don't care for. But you just made Taker and the entire roster look weak. And people try to say this is how Goldberg matches were. No, they were not like this in WCW. Yeah, he had squash matches in WCW. They actually let the other guy get in most matches. He had a couple of terrible ones with Wrath and one with the Disco Inferno. Um, and another one with Mike Sanders and Sean Stasiak. But most of his matches in WCW, they let the other guy get a good amount of offense. And to tell you the truth, with each match when he debuted, when his skills grew, they kept his matches short because his skills, he wasn't experienced. He was green in the ring. When his wrestling ability grew, when his wrestling ability grew, they started putting him in longer matches. They started putting him in longer matches. And they started putting Goldberg in longer matches. So people who say, "Oh, this was just like his classic Goldberg's match," shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. This right here was terrible. This was terrible, man. And now it's time for burial of Goldberg. I'm gonna bury Goldberg right now. See, this is what I fear when I saw him a couple of what was it? I think it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week's Raw or the Raw before. I can't remember which Raw it was, but when he struggled to lift Rusev, during this brief fight scene with Rusev, when he struggled to lift Rusev, this is what I was worried about his Survivor Series match. He displayed ring rust. Now I'm gonna bury Goldberg. For 12 years, Goldberg's last match was WrestleMania 20 back in 2004. So for 12 years, it's actually been 12 years. So for 12 years, Goldberg has not done, has not wrestled anywhere. Oh, he's trained at MMA gyms and stuff like that, but for 12 years has not done anything and decided at age 50, well, he's 49, he's about to be 50, but at almost 50 years old, he's going to come back to wrestle one more match. I can understand you not liking WWE because WWE, why did you go to an indie show? Why did you go to TNA? Yeah, I remember he bashed TNA back in 2007 for that Adam Pac-Man Jones signing. But still, you could have went to TNA, worked a match there, worked some matches there. Then hey, WWE was saying, well, look, Goldberg is still good. Goldberg is still good. Bring it back to what's his name. Or TNA. Like I said, if you don't like TNA, there are various independent promotions who would love to have Goldberg on their card. Or you don't like the Indies? Well, there was Japan. There was Japan and Mexico. Do you know how? Do you know how much a Mexico and Japan would love to have a Bill Goldberg, a star caliber of a Bill Goldberg on their card? Would have loved to have Bill Goldberg on their card. No, instead you wait 10 years. You wait 12 years. Sorry about that. You wait 12 years. You wait 12 years to come back and wrestle a match for your son. Come in here old, come in here old, gray goatee. Like I said, Goldberg's shell of what he once was, a shell of the Goldberg from 97 to 2004. From 97 to 2004. This Goldberg sucks, man. So yes, even my favorite wrestler gets buried. This match right here was terrible. And I don't care what the circumstances were. And why was that Survivor Series match so damn long? Like I said, fake. A 5-on-5 fight would not last an hour, almost an hour in real life. A 5-on-5 fight with no protective gear would not last no hour. Would not last no hour. Yeah, terrible and fake. And then um Yes, like I said, the show, like I said, if I had to be fair, the show is okay, but I don't do okay, especially not with WWE, especially not with, after all the other MMA and professional wrestling shows I've seen this year. This right here was terrible. This right here was terrible, and that WWE, I have more to rant about. Like I said, that WWE, I have two more. I have two more WWE rants coming, with another one being on the roster, and of course a roster burial coming up. But this pay per view right here was terrible. Was terrible. I knew it wasn't gonna be that good, but I still expected better than this. I didn't care for nothing on this show. I didn't care for like nothing on this show. This was one, like I said, WWE has been one of the worst promotions. It's one of the worst promotions. It's the worst promotion of all time. I've not seen any show. I've not seen any shows from any other company this year that was as bad as, or as lackluster as WWE shows. Well, I'm done.